So I want to go through the steps. The first step, you need to know what you're going to draw, right? And then you're going to see how you use the paper. It's very important. The foundation decisions of your whole drawing. The same process as you draw anything. So now let's thinking about where I'm going to draw and just going to say, make it something really simple because I want to include a cast shadow like this. And then you think about, should I leave it like this or should I move it? What do you think? Should you move it? Should you move it a little bit more to the left, to the right? I'm feeling kind of like a little bit heavy on the left-hand side. So in that case, I move it over here. How about that? And then the cast shadow would be over here. And how you feel about it? That's the second time, right? This is, you just change it. Oh, think again. Maybe I can make it a little bit bigger. Maybe come back a little bit. Make more changes. And at the beginning, just draw it lightly. If you use the pencil, draw a little bit lightly. It's okay. At the end, the pencil is not even visible because you're going to draw darker and darker. Even though it have something, it stay here, that will be fine. Okay, just like that. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I decided to make more changes. One more change. I want to lower it because I want to have those handle on the top. So now make more changes like that. Now the next thing I'm going to do, because I already decided on where I'm going to put it, how big I'm going to draw it. That's very important. I want to spend like 5 minutes just playing around with the ideas. Okay, so don't rush it. Now the next thing I'd like you to do is to see, okay, say the handle, I'm not going to include the handle in the measurement, but I know the handle is going to be here. So the top of the bag would be here, right? So the bottom would be here. Now I'm going to do the measurements between the height and find out the width. So you're going to think about what do you want to know about the width. You want to go with the bottom over here or go with the top over there? Maybe you can do both. Let's see the bottom over here. The bottom over here, you see how wide it's supposed to be compared to the height. Now I'm just use a pencil. I'm going to do a little measurement. I'm going to take the longer one. Now the height compared to the width. Now I'm looking at it. Take it over here. I measure from this corner all the way to the top over here. And from the left, I'm coming to the right. Now I'm going to compare. This is the same as the height from the top to this corner. So this is equals to this. Now I'm going to do the measurement one more time. I'm going to take the top to the corner at the bottom and rotate it in this seat. Now I'm going to look at it. It's about right over here. Because I see that proportionally this much left over compared to the width. Approximately, this is fine. First, I'm going to find out the angular line from here to here. I'm going to find out what's the angular line. Take that and move it over. Yeah, it's about right. That's the angular line. It's fine. Now I'm going to see from here to here compared to the height. So I'm going to do the same thing. Take over here. There's many ways to do measurement. And not they have to stick with one way. Now I'm going to put it over here. So this one is equals the top to the bottom over here. Now I'm going to compare. Where's the width? How much is it? It's 2/3, half. Let's do a little measurement. I'm going to take from the top to the bottom corner. I'm going to measure it. Wow, interesting. the front over here is just half. That means the front over here is take half of the height. So I'm going to add a little bit on the side. So I find the measurement. That's good. All right. Now we already know the bottom over here. So it looks like this, it can coming down. This, look at the angle, and could come out a little bit more. Just look at the angle on the right hand side. And now I'm going to continue because we already know the corner over here. And we're going to continue, look at the angle of this. Just measure it. Now we're going to find that angle. Okay, the angular measurement is very important. And now we're looking at this angular measurement because we already know that corner. If you know the angle of here, then you can find this line. Okay. Now we're on the top over here. Let's take a look at the angle over here. The angle coming through, yeah, that's right. The angle about like this on the top over here. Yeah. Staring at it, you can find it. Now take a look at the angle of this. Look again. Look at the angle. You can use your pencil and just measure the angle and then move it over. That's very easy to find the angle. It's called angular measurement. Now we already know the right hand side of this corner and the front over here. Now we find this angle and then know where is it. And that's very easy to find the front over here. Now I'm gonna looking at approximately the front over here, almost like a vertical line coming down. Almost like a straight line, straight vertical line. But however, over here, a little bit lower than the half is turn the angle a little bit, like that. Now we can see, start over here and connect to over there. It's not from here connect to it. It's coming in a little bit. Now little by little, we find the proportion. If the proportion is not correct, and the drawing will be difficult to be good. Right? Especially when you use the same technique when you draw a person, if the width of the face compared to the height of the face is not correct, it's difficult to make your drawing look like the real person that you're drawing. Right? It's the same thing. Use the same process for any subject matter. Like either you draw a pear, draw an apple, you want a pumpkin, you want to draw exactly the correct proportion. And then later you decided to change it. I don't want to stick with the same proportion. That is up to you. But you need to know how to get the correct proportion. All right? Okay, now we're going to see almost like 1, 2, 3 divided into 3, but in just a little bit less than 1/3. That's the handle. And coming up here, like that. So you can find the location of the handle on this side, just a little bit in, and moving up, not that high, a little bit here. And where is it? It's about over here. So coming down over here. Now after we find all the angle for the important lines, and now I'm gonna looking for from here to here all the way down, where's the beginning for the cast shadow? I think it's almost like a 1/3, a little bit more than 1/3. It's about over here. Now looking at the angular line, now over here coming up, looking at the angular line, coming up like this, right? And then coming a little bit in, and then come out over here. So that's the shape of the cast shadow. And after you find this, the next thing you can do is start apply the shadow and the cast shadow and for different value. And then start over here. And this side is a little bit darker. So here you go. I'm going to make it a little bit darker over here. Alright, let's shade it a little bit. You can use the blender if you don't want to use a finger. Okay. Also, the front over here there is a line coming through just a little bit lower than the middle line. It's coming through over here. Right? And also compared to the top, the bottom a little bit darker than the top. Right? The bottom a little bit darker than the top. Okay, here we go. Now draw a little bit, fine tune a little bit the line like this. Now also compare this value and the value in here. In here also a little bit darker, but it's not as dark as this side. Okay, that's good. Right over there. And now I also want to thinking about this looks like the same as outside. How I can make this look lighter? And you need to shade the outside mid all the way to the back, and just shade a little bit, and the background a little bit darker. Now you feel like the inside, the light side over here, look a little bit lighter. And this is good. That's a little trick by using the background to enhance the main object, which is the back. Right? Now I'm gonna fine tune this a little bit, and coming down a little bit outside, and in a little bit, and coming down like this. Okay, now it's the back. And if I am going to make the outside here even darker on the top, now looking for that coming through over here. I'm gonna make this look a little bit darker, like this. And now I can use eraser to create the illusion of the handle. Now I'm gonna come to use a little nitty eraser. Now I'm gonna see, I'm going to draw a light line, and coming here, you can make a little change, it's okay. And coming over here, like this, and coming here on the other side, like that. And now you find the handle looks like a lighter. Now you come back, maybe make a little bit coming down over here, a little bit darker. You can see a little shadow side of the handle, like coming down like this, and then a little shadow side of that, so you can see a little bit more three-dimensional. And also over here, you see a little cast shadow from the handle, right? So you can, all those is under your control, and they are easy to do, and you can do it. And now coming over here, give a little bit more detail. I think this way, over here, there is a little detail over here. Look at how this area folded, like that. And I'm going to make this actually a little bit darker. And little by little, you're adding more and more definition and more interest into the drawing, like this. Now I'm looking at the cast shadow. You want to have the cast shadow, the value a little bit more consistent. Looking at that, is very soft. And take a look at over here. And the bottom over here, maybe make it a little bit darker. Right, it looks like the back. If you want, you can have a little bit more darker. It looks like a background, a little bit gradually, and turning a little bit lighter and lighter this way, like this. And if you need to have a little lifting, make a little lighter, and do a little cleanup, you can use nitty eraser. If you use the wine charcoal as a charcoal, the best erasing tool, it will be the nitty eraser. If you use graphite pencil, it may be the other type of nitty eraser, maybe a little bit better. Now I'm gonna have a little line. We'll look at over here now, the little detail coming over here, and then turn a little bit like this. And right under it, I also see a little bit lighter. I'm gonna erase a little bit like that, like this. Now it looks a little bit more natural fold. Yeah, also you can have that a little bit more other definitions over here. But you want to always focus on the bigger composition the bigger connection before you're going into the smaller and smaller and other details. And then from here on, if you want, you can also draw the print that on the shopping bag. But before now, you should not working on those information. Consider those are extra dressing, right? Now coming over here, I can make a little cleaner, sharper, and just think about this. Just believe it. This is easy. It's about how you feel. It's not really difficult to do. And if you need to, watch the video a couple more times, and you should be feeling very easy. And on this side, I maybe make this a little bit lighter. If you think about lighter, just use the nitty eraser to create that separation. And a little detail over here like that, and a little bit like that. I'm looking for there's a line over here that actually a little sharper. And here you go. And then over here, there's a little line in the inside over here. And then add a little line over there. And make the back look more and more interesting and more and more like the back you are drawing. Okay, so this is the simple process of the shopping bag, and as well as anything else, it should be using the same similar process.